Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? I hope y'all are feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay. It's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever because after every storm, there is a rainbow. And my friend, you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light at the end of the tunnel, whatever you prefer, my friend. Just remember that we have to be thankful and rely on them bad times because them bad times is going to help us so much and humble us so much once we get to the times that we have been manifesting, praying for, and have been working our butts to see. And I'm letting you know now, you're getting there. Just stay patient, be calm as much as possible, and still manifest, put in the work, everything will be just fine. Okay? Okay. Hey y'all, we are at the end of May. So y'all know what that means already. And if not, y'all, today is Wellness 101 and we're on lesson 15. Y'all, it's so crazy how I'm already a year and 3 months within the lessons, within the wellness lessons, the Wellness 101 lesson series. Because if you're new here, let me backtrack a little bit. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? I hope y'all all are. I always say I hope y'all all feeling amazing, doing amazing, But I hope y'all all are very or I hope y'all are. I hope you all are taking the initiative within finding who you are as the months go by. That's one thing that I realized from January all the way up till May. I finally realized who I truly am. I know that sounds crazy, y'all, because it's like sometimes when seasons change, we change. As they say, people change. Yes, we change as well. And y'all, I will say so far, 2025 has been a blessing to me. And I hope that it becomes a blessing for you guys as well. Even if you guys are, having them days where it's not it. Trust me, my friend, the year's not even over yet. We're in the mid part of the year. So you still have time, my friend. Like once June comes, that's when okay, sometimes it's time to plan B, plan C, plan D, whatever. Sometimes you gotta step out and clear some things up, do something over again, whatever. But what I'll say for me personally, from January to May, I have had some hiccups, but I will say that I'm learning myself and I'm learning how to handle things, setting the boundaries, being empathetic, having compassion, and most of all, standing up for myself and being more of an active listener, as well as standing my grounds that impacts with setting the boundaries within my professional life as well as my personal life. That's what I've learned so far within the few months that we had so far within 2025. And I will say it took me a long time to really accept what's been going on. And I think the man up above for keeping me sane as well as navigating me into all the things that I need to be navigated into, like helping me identify red flags, the green flags, and knowing what's for me and what's not for me, as well as who's for me and who's not for me. Y'all, I understand at times too, we have those moments in our life with people that we never thought it would happen, that, we would never lose sight of them. But unfortunately it happens. And I feel like you see it a lot when it's your time, when the spotlight's on you, when you have the green light. I know you're probably like, why she keep saying green? Y'all about to find out why I keep saying green. And then y'all be like, okay, it makes sense. But other than that, y'all, I just hope that y'all really are identifying what's for you, what's not for you. And if you have not yet, I promise you, my friend, before the year's over, December 31st, 2025, I promise you, that's on I don't know, Wednesday or Tuesday. I think that's on a Wednesday of this year. I'm not sure. But anyway, I promise you, you're going to know what's for you, who's for you, what's not for you. You're going to know who you are. You're going to know who you are from sun up to sundown, from head to toe, mentally, physically, emotionally. You're going to know, look, This is who I am and this is not who I am. This is my new normal. All that other stuff y'all knew and heard, gone out the window. Okay? Okay. But let me give y'all a little background again before we get deep into today. So, Wellness 101 Lessons is a series I created a year ago in 3 months, because we're on lesson 15. I created this series because as a person that went to a HBCU, who graduated from HBCU, shout out to Morgan State, that was the first university I ever attended that had days called wellness days. And their wellness days are surrounded by having the students, they take one day off. They have a day set within the fall and spring semester. For the students to have one day off out of the week, it's like every 3 months, I believe. Yeah, every 3 months, you get one wellness day. That's a day where you don't do no assignments, nothing with academics, nothing at all. And also going back to a situation that I had, sort of like a health scare. It was a health scare because I had a breakout and I still don't know what it is, but I'm sort of kind of knowing probably what it is between clothing and certain things that I eat. But I'm going to get the test, y'all, I promise. But those two things had helped me create wellness 101 lessons for the podcast, because wellness days are important. It's important for us to have those days to ourselves where we mentally, physically just rest. Do whatever we want to do without having to worry about punching in, clocking out, writing an assignment, making sure this is done by 11:55, doing notes, etc., etc. So just from the experience from a student, as well as within, so like my professional side and my personal life, that's what helped me endure wellness 101 lessons for the podcast. Being able to have a day where you just sit and relax and just enjoy whatever, but also learning about your wellness, knowing what's for you and what's not for you, as well as taking time on not touching nothing. So, them PTO days, my friend, and them vacation days, please take them, use them, because your mental health matters. Okay? Your wellness, all that matters. You want to make sure you're green at all times and not red. And like when we were in school, you got they did the stars. You want to stay on green. You didn't want to be on yellow, orange, or red. So, this is the third time I said green. So, y'all about to understand why I said green. But yes, that's a little backstory of why I have the series Wellness 101 Lessons. And from that moment, I knew that this was going to be a constant thing. And I'm so glad that I stayed consistent with this, because y'all, sometimes it's hard to stay consistent with things that you started, especially if you don't have, when you get writer's block. Writer's block, everybody has it. And sometimes I used to have writer's block in the middle of a paper. And it used to have me like, is this really happening? And that's okay, because we all need to take time to just step away from the laptop, the piece of papers, the iPads, PC, whatever. Take a break from it and just get our thoughts together. And that's where the mental plays a lot. Take it from me, y'all. I promise y'all. Y'all, I'm telling everything I tell y'all is raw and uncut. I'm not going to stare you wrong. And I love how my podcast is based on educational and wellness, as well as raw and uncut, as well as personal conversations. And diving into personal conversations, y'all, I just want to say the Vibing Out with Guest series has been doing numbers. The other bonus series, y'all, I created on Valentine's Day. And that is what March, April, May. It's been 3 months. And it's been going super dope, y'all. I'm so excited for you guys to hear the next guest I have that will end off the month of May. And then June is so jam-packed, y'all. Like, it's so packed. Like, I'm just so excited for this one. I will say this. June is going to be just like March, with an amount of vibes that is going to be. Probably a little bit more, y'all. I don't know, but I know so far March and June is those 2 months has been jam-packed with guests, and I'm just so blessed and honored and so thankful for that. So for you guys that have been guests or about to be guests and about to come back, I appreciate y'all so much. For you guys that have been listening to me, watching me on YouTube or whatever the case may be, I just appreciate you all so much because I've been watching the numbers. I've been watching the numbers for the people that's listening, downloading everywhere, y'all. Shout out to Las Vegas. Like, y'all, lately I've been seeing not Las Vegas, I'm sorry, Los Angeles, y'all. Shout out to LA because y'all been making the numbers go up. Now, Las Vegas wasn't there too, y'all. I think Las Vegas was, so I think it was Las Vegas, Baltimore, my city, and then I think Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I put the results on my Instagram, y'all. I have to put it in the highlights. But it was just so crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we got more cities listening, more cities downloading, tuning in, everything, y'all. I'm just so, so proud of y'all. And y'all know I'm still international. I had Switzerland on there, Kenya, I think it was South Korea, Brazil. I'm like, bro, I thank y'all so much. Like, I really, really do. Like, y'all do not know how much I appreciate just seeing how the numbers go up. Yes, at times the numbers go down or they stay stagnant. Regardless, I am so blessed and honored, and I'm so thankful that you guys are listening, watching me. That's why I say whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, because y'all, I'm international, baby. I'm really international, and I am so blessed and honored. And this is just this just has been amazing. So far, 2025 has been amazing. And as you guys know, the podcast is turning 2 years old June 15th. And I am so super excited about that. A little backstory again on why I created Vibing Out with E. I wanted to wait till 2 years. I'm going to give y'all a little summary. So basically, Vibing Out with E was something that I manifest for, but not as a podcast, as a radio station. Meaning, in my city, we would hear Ricky Smiley and all them on the morning show or whatever. And I was like, I can do the same thing. And I didn't really get into the podcast world up until 2023. So, like, when I was in high school, I was like, okay, I got a radio station. I'm going to go to school to be a journalist, minor in journalism, to be honest. Like, I can do this, I can do it. But I wouldn't say the dream kind of shattered. It's always been in my mind. It's always been on the forefront, but it never was like surprise, like out on the forefront, So one day, I was preparing to enter Morgan State's social work program. I had just finished my application, so it's June. And I was like, okay, I'm working, I was still working at the shoe store, shout out to Finish Line. And I was still working there. And I was like, okay, I need to do something. Like, one thing about me, y'all, I do not like being bored over the summer. Like, I have to keep myself busy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start this podcast. It is going to be an early birthday gift to me. Because sometimes, y'all, it's hard for me to buy birthday gifts. My best friend be like, you don't need another pair of shoes. You don't need another I was like, okay, let me do something different. I was all right, let me do something different. That came to my head, y'all, in the process of me creating Vibing with E. So I was like, okay, I'm going to create the podcast. Mind y'all, I didn't know nothing on how to start it. I was in my podcasting bag heavy, meaning listening to a lot of podcasters a lot. Like, I was listening to a lot of women that were podcasters. And then they influenced me so much to say, you know what, girl, get on the platform. You never know who you can help. You never know who you may inspire. And that's why, too, I say always at the end of every episode, long as I help someone, that's all that matters. Sometimes we cannot help a whole bunch of people. But long as I can help someone, that's what makes me know that I'm doing I'm doing something and is making a difference, So I was like, okay, let me do it. So y'all, I found the website that y'all guys probably listen to and see on my Instagram page, rss.com. I did my research on them. I was like, all right, cool. So y'all, this was June 12th, 2023. The launch date was June 15th. And I was like, okay, I got some work to do. So y'all, I signed up, did the Apple too, because y'all, let me tell y'all, it took me a minute to even get the link on there. But I was like, you know what? It is what it is. So, so that happened, y'all. Got the links together. Every platform was there. YouTube, everything was set up. It just needed the episode, and I needed a name, and I needed to give, basically double the whole shebang. So, all right, vibing with E. Boom. At first, it's gonna be vibing out with E. It was vibing out. It's about to be vibing out with E. But I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna use that for something else. And then here we are, 2 years later, vibing out with guests. So I was like, okay, vibing with E, because I always would get the comments saying from people, I like your vibe. I really like your vibe. That you are a vibe. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, the podcast is gonna be called Vibing Out with E, or Vibe with E. But I like vibing better than Vibe with E, because So boom, had the name and everything. Now it's time to make logos. If y'all been here since day one or in the midst before the new year came in, this logo was not the same if you're watching on YouTube. And then if you see it also too on whatever platform you're listening to, you can see like the picture on the page of me in the profile of the picture. At first, my profile picture for every platform impacting the podcast, when you look it up, it did not have my name in it. It had Vibing with Ian cursive and a nice little ring around it with black and gold. It's something about black and gold I just love. Black and gold is just chef kiss, y'all. So, so I had to do that. Shout out to Canva. Oh my God. Canva became my best friend to the point where I used Canva even for school. I never used it. I would see my classmates use it. I was still using PowerPoint. But, I digress. So, yeah. And then I was like, okay, now it's time to record. Y'all, I had 5 episodes recorded on my iPad. Y'all, I had no mic, no nothing. I just had my iPad in my AirPods or my Beats. And I was in there like swimwear. So y'all, when June 15th came, I was like, okay. I was nervous as ever, y'all, because I did not know really how to prepare for this, navigate this, and mind y'all, nobody knew. And then I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I did it, y'all, and this is how we got here. When the 2-year episode come out, y'all, because I'm always going to do an anniversary episode up until it gets super, super big, because you guys need to know, and then I give a little razzle dazzle on why it's important to me and how this impacted me in my life. So I'll get more deep into it when the day comes, when I have the session. I probably have my engineer record that one for me. But I digress, but y'all, that's just a little something. I know I went a little bit over. That's just like the main, like, boom. But y'all, yeah, so when June 15 came, people was liking it. 5 episodes was dropped, and they were 15 minutes. And then when I got my first mic, that's why I said, okay, let me do a little 30. And then I think the men's mental health one, that's the one that took up for an hour. Then it was like, okay, certain episodes that I like will go for an hour. And then, yeah, y'all, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to record that episode of me just telling y'all about the, how the podcast impacted me and everything like that. But yeah, so that's just a little update on that. As I always do, I always give everybody their flowers. Like I just gave y'all flowers for me. I'm going to give y'all flowers to all the ones out there that is preparing for something, working for something, or just received something, or did something big or small. Y'all, I am so proud of y'all. Keep going. Don't let nobody discourage you. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Celebrate yourself. Love on yourself. Honor yourself, because no one knows how hard it is to be you, especially to accomplish something that you have been manifesting, praying for, and having a blueprint on. Okay? Take it from me, my friend. You got this. You're about that. You're a boss, and nobody can stop you. Okay? And this is only the beginning. because you got more in store. And I know you do, and I cannot wait to see it. And I'm so happy for you. And don't forget that someone loves you from afar or up close. And without further ado, because y'all, I think I'm 20 minutes in? Jesus. Without further ado, y'all, I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing my voice or seeing my lovely face. Y'all, if y'all see my lovely face, y'all, I know you're probably like, this girl got a pair of tops on. Yes, y'all. It's like I got silver on today. I have not wore silver jewelry in a minute. Like gold just have like at first, y'all, I would only wear gold jewelry. I know this is off track, but this is raw and uncut. Shoot, you know, I used to wear only gold jewelry when I'm going out. Like when I'm going out, have an interview. That's only special occasions I'm wearing gold. Silver was every day. Was everyday wear. Then y'all slowly but surely gold became an everyday wear. And I'm like, okay, now I need to switch it back up to like, okay, silver, gold. Cause y'all, I have a lot of gold accessories. And that's so crazy because when it's time for me to go out, I'll be like, I'm going to keep the silver on. But I've been doing good, y'all. So I digress. But yes, I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing my voice or watching me on YouTube. Whether you're going to go on the move, to sit back, relax, and get real comfortable. Turn me up on your phones, your laptops, your iPads, your PCs, your speakers, your car radios, whatever. Because as always, every vibe of the day, wellness lesson of the day, and vibing out with guests is always something special. Okay? So, in honor of mental health, because y'all heard me say green 3 times, and I'm wearing green, it's because mental health is represented with the color green, and I gotta look up why, and then I'll give y'all the definition of it, and I'll give y'all the backstory why green symbolizes mental health next month, okay? Because that will impact a little. That'll give y'all a little sneak peek of what's going on for June. But yes, so y'all know May is impacted with mental health as well. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. So that's obvious. So today's wellness one-on-one lesson is mental health awareness. The reason why I left this towards the end because I feel like mental health is an everyday thing. But in honor of May, and then we have the wellness one-on-one lessons. Why not learn a little bit more of why it's important for us to endure and enhance and celebrate and honor Mental Health Awareness Month? Okay. So as always, if you're new here, I break down every vibe of the day as well as wellness one-on-one lesson down within a definition, the 5 W's, and a quote with information I have on my notes. And sometimes I go off the notes, but most of the time I try to hit every point on the notes so you guys can understand as well. And also for me, because I write the notes down, so I do my little research, add my little razzle dazzle, and then we just have a good time. So yep, let me say it one more time. Today's wellness one-on-one lesson of the day is Mental Health Awareness Month. And that's why I'm a real big advocate on mental health because it's important. We all go through things. I feel like COVID-19 really put an impact and really sealed the deal when it came to everybody really paying attention to their mental health. And it also helped me understand mental health more as well as understanding why it's important for me to make sure that my mental health is good at all times, as well as being, once again, an advocate, not only for young adults and adults, but for children as well. Because as a person like me who is a social worker in the making, who wants to fully concentrate with children, the youth, it's very important that I also have, my mental health together. Because even as a social worker or a person that works in a human health service, the human health and service field, we have to make sure that we're good at all times, as well as anyone working with people in general. Not gonna lie, even just working with people in general, as well, just being a person that works. Everybody's mental health matters, even our pets. Y'all, my brother used to make jokes about our dog. If y'all don't know Roscoe, y'all, I gotta post him so y'all can see him. He would say Roscoe has anxiety, and I'd be like, no, he don't. And I looked it up. Dogs do have anxiety. It's so bad, y'all. They have doggy vitamins for anxiety pills. I said, oh, but that is true too, y'all, because if anything is happening to the owner, things like that, and dogs can sense when a person is down, happy, excited, scared, everything like that. I'm like, okay, as well as cats, lizards, turtles. So hey, we all got it. So without further ado, let's dive in. So the definition: mental health awareness observes every May is a time to dedicate to increasing understanding, reducing stigma, and encouraging conversations around mental wellness. It is an opportunity to highlight the importance of emotional psychology and social health and how it affects every part of our life. This month empathizes that mental health is just as important as physical health, as that everyone deserves access to support, care, and healing. Whether you're living with mental health conditions or supporting someone who is, awareness creates empathy and action. It's not about having all the answers, it's about creating safe space for trust, vulnerability, and growth. So, y'all, it's just a reminder that mental health is also basically a reminder that nobody's alone, that no one's alone, and that help is always in arm's reach. Help is always around you, and help is always on the way. When it comes to mental health awareness, the goal is for the culture to shift around mental health from shame to strength, from silence to support. And as a person, like I said again, that is a big advocate within mental health, the definition I got was very, 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 very spot on and very important, because yes, our physical health is important, but our mental also needs to be important, because that helps us navigate on how our physical health also gets through the day as well. So it's, mental health is celebrated. Mental health awareness is celebrated every May of the year. It's a time where it's for us to understand and dedicate on, surrounding a conversation on mental health well-being, why it's important, helping anyone that's going through it, as well as understanding why this awareness is so important to the community as well as the culture. So I hope you guys understand that. And I feel like that definition was so explanatory. So I'm about to jump into the questions. I always start off with the who. The who impacts everyone, from children on up to adults, and sometimes our pets. Like I just said too, this also impacts everybody. Everybody that bleeds. I make sure that every vibe impacts with everyone, not just one person, unless it's like during a certain a topic that's just focused on one gender, like woman or man, whatever. But y'all get it. So, who is impacted by mental health? First and foremost, everyone is impacted by mental health. That's one thing before I get into it. Everyone is impacted by mental health, regardless of the age, all that. Everyone is impacted by mental health. Everyone is impacted by mental health, no matter your age, background, or life experiences. Mental health challenges do not discriminate, and they touch individuals, families, workplaces, and communities. This month is especially meaningful for people living with anxiety, depression, PTSD, bipolar, disorders, and any other conditions, who often feel unseen or misunderstood. It is also important caregivers. It also impacts, caregivers, mental health professionals, and advocates and who support others through healing. Even those who don't face mental health challenges directly can benefit from learning, listening, and creating a safe space. When we talk openly, we create a world where people can feel heard instead of hiding their struggles. Mental health awareness reminds us that mental wellness is a universal human need. So like I said, a little summary, everything, I read the notes, read the questions, read the notes I have, and then go and then explain after it. So yes, like I said, everyone is impacted by mental health, regardless of your age, your background, your life experiences. Everyone, my friend, has experienced or is experiencing mental health. I dealt with it. You're probably dealing with you're probably dealing with it, my friend. Your friend probably dealing with it. Friend of a friend. Everyone has been impacted by mental health in some type of shape or form. Mental health is also can be impacted by just individuals, just one person, families. It can impact your workplace, your academics, the community. Everybody from all over the world and everywhere is impacted with mental health challenges, as well as dealing with mental health. I love how May is surrounded by mental health, and some of the vibes I think I want to say I touch on mental health. Well, I feel like every vibe I touch with wellness because hello, educational wellness is what I talk about. So what? But anyway, so yes, going back to it. Everybody's impacted by it. From the people who have it, who who's affected by it, where can it also happen at, as well as to the people that advocates from it, from mental health activists. Oh, excuse me, y'all. The yarn got on my nose from my jacket. From mental health advocates, excuse me, psychiatrists, counselors, social workers, therapists, anybody, like I said too, that works in the human and health services is also affected by it, as well as people who are diagnosed with bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and any other sorts of mental health disorders. Um, the one thing that I've noticed as a person who was a person that would hide their mental health, I learned that when you find a space like a sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever type of community that you find that is able to help you, uplift you within dealing with your problems, they can also help you. You can also help others walk into their healing journey. Not gonna lie, y'all, it's hard. It is very, very hard to have a passion, to be empathetic, to even be a person that wants to advocate within this. Excuse me. And I say all the time to people, especially people who want to work with children. Children go through things as well. And people be like, especially us younger adults as well as up to older and elderly adults. We always say children don't go through anything. All they have to worry about is going to school, living life, and playing with their friends. Sometimes that's not it. Because, like I said, too, going back to mental health issues can start from anywhere. At home, at work, at school, anywhere. Especially within school, especially growing up. As a person, too, that dealt with mental health at a younger age, I felt like it hit a little bit harder than it did for me when I got older. And as a person, like I said, going back again, and to the friends out there that are dealing with children and wanting to help children, advocate for children within mental health, they know what I'm talking about. It's very hard, as well as also going back to the going on the side of elderly adults. Between elderly and children is so hard, and it's very, very it's hard, and you really have to have a passion for it, as well as be an advocate, as well as have the compassion and be empathetic and be an active listener to serve those two populations. But nonetheless, y'all, everyone goes through it, and being able to help someone, help them walk through their healing journey is so important. By having a community that's all about the no judgment zone. That's what I love the most about us humans working in the human health and service career, jobs, or whatever, the world. There's no judgment. We all go through things. And that's where being empathetic and having compassion. You have to put yourself in their shoes. And I see a quote all the time as me want to be a social worker. Be the social worker that you want. Be a social worker that you want. And be a social worker that you know that someone may need and that we all need. At times we cannot be the best we can be, but we know we're doing something right when a person can say, I feel better. Because at times mental health plays a big, big part of us with our mood swings. Some days we're here, some days we're not. It's an emotional roller coaster. And it can just happen any given time. Some people take medications to help it, and some just do other things to help it. But being able to speak up and speak out about your mental health is one of the biggest things that most times people are scared to do. Trust me, as a person like me, I was so terrified to say, look, I have anxiety. I have anxiety. I've been through depression. The first step at times people are like being able to speak up and speak out about it is hard. It's hard. And I salute the people that do it. No matter how long it takes for you to do it. But just being able to know that you have it and being able to identify that you're going through mental health is amazing. Regardless of how long you had it, but just being able to like say, you know what? It's time to break free, and it's time for me to take my healing journey walk within mental health. And I'm here to prepare for what's to come. To shout out to all the communities out there, organizations, programs that are helping the community, their community within healing within their mental health, helping them understand that they're not alone, as well as helping them understand that we all need someone, and you never know how much they can impact you. Like every day you're learning something, and you don't even have to learn everything within a classroom. You can learn outside of a classroom. You'll be surprised at what you know. Even you can learn things from yourself. So yes, I believe it's so super dope that May is impacted with mental health awareness, because not only are you learning about it, but you also can identify how those things that you're learning impacts your mental health as well as others around you. So next, number 2 is, what is the goal of mental health awareness? So right off the bat, for me, I would say that the goal is to help encourage people as well as educating them on the whole surrounding about mental health awareness and why is it so important for us to know this and to understand what's going on. And education is a big thing. That's what I love. I am a sucker for education. Education is something that no one can take from you. No one can take it from you. What you know can really inspire and put so much of a good impact onto someone else if they didn't know it. I love education. Education is something that is needed, and education is something that is very mind-blowing and is changing, as well as wellness. Learning about wellness and understanding wellness is just, I love it. That's why I have education and wellness now. But yes, overall to me, I feel like it's also within May being a big advocate of May being a big advocate surrounding mental health awareness is to help educate us as well as encouraging us to break free and let people know that they're not alone and that it takes time to heal, but someone has been in your shoes before, and this is what helped me, and it may help them in the long run. May help you in the long run, my friend. So, what is the goal of mental health awareness? The goal is to educate, encourage, and empower others to prioritize their mental well-being and seek support without shame. Now, I'm going to say this. Going back to being able to step up and just say, look, I'm tired of dealing with this, or, ready to admit that they are going through mental health is amazing, because it's hard. Take the time you need, but don't wait until it's too late. And knowing that you're going to fix something in your life that you know is going to help you for the better. Because I feel like once you ask for help and seek for support, it's always helping you. It's not tearing you down, and it's not making the worse for you. It may not work at that second, but it's going to work. It may not work right away, but give it like a couple weeks or a month, and it gets together. Because I tell y'all too, at times it is. At one point in time in my life, I was the type of person that was ashamed to ask for help, because the outcome that people would have, and then the way people would talk to others, kind of nasty. So I like how the goal for mental health awareness is to educate people, encourage others, as well as empowering them to prioritize their mental health being and seek the help without being judged. Because like I said, we all went through mental health. I feel like mental health was on the rise, and I feel like COVID-19 really shined a light on mental health with helping others understand what it is, as well as letting people have the forefront explaining how COVID-19 impacted them mentally and physically, as well as it impacted others to start a community or organization foundation to kill the silence and let people in without them feeling ashamed, educating them, empowering them, as well as encouraging them. So I think that's very important. It raises awareness about the signs of mental health conditions, the importance of early interventions, and available resources. It also encourages open conversations to break the stigma that often keeps people silent. This month focused on prevention, healing, and community support while honoring the complexing of each person's journey. Excuse me. Mental health awareness also creates harmful myths and replaces them with compassion and truth. It pushes for equal in access to create a caring and highlight. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm all over the place. Let me start that over. It pushes for equality and access to care and highlights how systems, environments, and relationships all impact mental health. Ultimately, it's about creating a culture where it's okay to not be okay and to ask for help. I feel like that was like straightforward. The goal for mental health overall is to have people be able to, step up to the plate and admit it. Like, when people go like AA meetings type stuff. That's like a good example too, because people come there being able, let me just scratch it. Being able to identify that you have a problem, as well as going to group sessions and group dynamic, and just identifying the group dynamics and stuff like that is amazing. Sometimes group sessions are good, or individual sessions. As a person like me, I try to get as much individual sessions for me to talk to the person, whoever is a counselor, mentor, social worker, mental health advisor, psychologist, whatever. Let them understand what's going on. And then once I feel like, okay, I can tell my side of the story, that's when a group session comes. Or sometimes people just prefer to be around others to, feel the healing. Or some people just want to be just alone. So I just love how the goal for mental health awareness is to, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Is to let the culture know that you're not alone. To let them know that you're not alone. It's okay to ask for help. It is okay for you to not be okay, as well as it's helping us to understand that the goal for everyone with understanding what mental health is to educate us, encourage us, as well as empowering us that we're not alone. It's okay to have those days where you need to seek some help for your mental well-being, as well as not being ashamed of someone supporting you, and vice versa, my friend. We all go through things. I almost cuss, y'all. I'm trying to limit my cuss, and I felt it on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna cuss, but YOLO. Things happen. We're human, and words just flip out. But things happen. We go through things, and like I said too, the COVID-19 really helped all of us open our eyes and see, dang, I really have a mental health problem. Or dang, I didn't know I was going through this, or this is what I'm going through. These are the symptoms that I have that impacts with depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, PTSD. It's okay. We live and we learn. That's the best thing about every day, is that you're learning something new about yourself, or something that you don't even know. So it's okay. And I love that, as well as having an environment that is open to helping everyone all around the world, online, in person, wherever, in the community and stuff, to let you know, my friend, you're not alone, and we're here together to get this done, and make sure that you're being the best person that you can be, as well as helping you identify that it's okay to have those problems, and that you never know that your story can help someone in the long run. So number 3, when should we prioritize our mental health? First things first, right off the rip, we should prioritize it every minute of the day. Daily. I don't care if you're in a good mood, bad mood, if it's ups, downs, something small. Prioritize your mental health, my friend. Prioritize it because you're the only one that knows what's for you and what's not for you. You know what trigger you and what don't trigger you. You know what makes you happy and you know what makes you sad. You know what makes you who you are. Turn you on, turn you off. You know it. Like it's no tomorrow. So prioritize your mental health as soon as you feel like people say like they can feel something crawling up their skin or they banging about the pop. When you feel that nerve or shaking, I'm a shaker. When I used to get very, very upset or nervous, my leg would shake. That and you know, I got big thighs, so that's not good. And that thing shake and it don't stop. Prioritize it right in the head. Whatever little thing that tick you off, you playing with your hair, biting your teeth, grinding your teeth, biting your nails. Prioritize it right in the head. Do something to help you calm down. Okay? So, mental health should be a daily priority, not just something we focus on when we're in a crisis. Just like physical health is required routine care, attention, and check-ins. Each support and prevention makes a huge difference in a long-term wellness. During times of stress, transition, grief, or uncertain, prioritizing mental well-being becomes especially important. But even during good times, maintaining mental health helps build resilience, confidence, and a deeper self-awareness. Mental Health Awareness Month serves as a reminder to develop healthy habits like therapy, resting, boundaries, and emotional explorations. The truth is, there's never a wrong time to take care of your mental health. Do what you have to do, my friend, right then and there. Plain and simple. Even when we have good times, we still need to prioritize our mental health to make sure that we can stay this way, especially at work. Being in a professional world, at times, y'all, is a challenge as well. Even just trying to prioritize ourselves within making sure that mentally we're here. Because sometimes mentally we're not there. And that's why it's important for us to maintain our mental health. It's important for us to also catch ourselves when we're going through things. When we're having issues or going through things, make sure that you're prioritizing your mental health at any time, any second, whatever, so you can stay on track. And that's why so I tell people all the time, if you need to have those 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45-minute mirror conversation with yourself, do it. You take that break, do it. Or just don't show up at all. Do what you have to do for yourself because you're the only one that knows what works for you. You know what's for you. You know what's not for you. You know what makes you who you are. And that's why it's very important. It's very important for us to prioritize our mental health daily. Whether we're feeling amazing or not feeling amazing, we still have to prioritize ourselves, my friend, no matter what the circumstances is. Because we know what's for us and we know how to handle it. If you have to get in touch with your therapist right away, do it. If you have to, go to the stress ball, do it. If you have to sing your favorite song to get you back in the mood, do it. You got to look at a picture. You got to, whatever you have to do to prioritize your mental health daily, please do it, my friend, because it's important. And at times we always don't have the best of days, but that's why it's important for us to make sure that mentally we're there and we know what to do and learn these life skills as well. Number 4, where can mental health support be found? Like I said earlier, it's everywhere. Organizations are everywhere. The people are everywhere. We have the communities online, in person, also going back to COVID-19 when we were going through the motions, online virtual was a big thing. Virtual was that girl. Virtual was our best friend. And virtual is still taking place. Like even therapy sessions it's called telehealth. It's a big thing. Me personally, I'm not really good with telehealth because I have to be in person to get the interaction from my client and vice versa. I want my therapist, counselor, whatever, to get the reaction from me, as well as it also helps you understand the body language, as well as getting a full feel of how your client is feeling and why they feel the way they feel. And it also identifying and picking up things that you need to know within writing notes and letting them, and then giving them the feedback that they need. So support can be found in many places: therapy or counseling sessions, mental health hotlines, support groups, or even conversations with trust friends or mentors. Online platforms and mental health apps also provide tools for maintaining anxiety, depression, or stress. Y'all, going back to the apps. Now, when I was at Morgan, my senior year, fall 2024, I had to take case management, and my professor had us look up an app that impacts with mental health. And it's so crazy. It's a lot of apps out here that impacts with mental health. I forgot the app that I had, y'all. I think I have it right here. I don't know if I still got it. But y'all, that app that I had to do for my project was an app that I never, it's called the Simple Habit app. Y'all, I never knew that an app can really help you in so many ways when you're going through things at any time of the day. So I tested out because I had to do the report on how the app will impact the person, as well as why is it important for clients to have. But we also had to point out the benefits of it and not the benefits of it. So the app was very, very useful, y'all. Like, the purpose of the app was to provide positive impacts on clients' mental health and well-being in terms of stress reduction, burnout reduction, and promote mindfulness. So like the mindfulness app, the Calm app, and things like that. The person who created it, her name is Young Hong King. She also developed the app Locket, y'all. That was crazy. Um, the reason what inspired her to do it was stress relief, to help people with stress relief. The simple habit is a wellness and sleep app recommended by psychiatrists, therapists, as well as mental health experts to help their clients to provide use with their personal content, as well as a comprehensive site of tools and resources to help them manage their mental health. And what was so crazy, all that I liked about it as well, too, that it also helped for social workers. Like, it also can help us contribute from the burnout, as well as dealing with heavy caseloads and whatever else comes within our role of that day. And it also helps us impact and maintain our well-being by providing an easy way to access, certain things like flexibility, like if medication needs to be on there. And self-care is most definitely something that everyone needs within their professional and personal life. And self-care is essential for maintaining a healthy stress levels and preventing burnouts. And social workers need to maintain their emotions and mental health to promote their demanding duties with their clients. Like, I'll never forget, all my professors would tell me at Morgan that even though they're social workers and stuff, they also have clients too, because we all need help. I can help you, but I also need to make sure that I'm able to help you by seeing someone or doing something to help me with my mental health. Talking to someone, being in a group, or doing something that can help me is going to help in the long run. And I was like, that is so true, because with that impacting, where can it come from, especially within the online platforms, it's super dope. Like, I tested out, and some of my friends, like my friends that turned my classmates, some of my classmates that turned to my really close friends, their projects were also like super dope too. Because one of my classmates, she did one on a ring they had when they have an ad. Like, you know how the rings used to get when you were a kid, they'll turn colors, what type of mood you're in, if you're happy, excited, nervous, anxious. They really have a ring like that. And y'all, that ring is very expensive. However, the downfall of all of our apps was the subscriptions. Paying for it monthly is very expensive, especially if a client does not have, the certain funds, as well as the insurance or whatever to cover it. or don't have access to online, having access to internet or even liking the internet was a problem. But whatever floats your boat, and that's why I like is a variety of things that can help us within our mental health. So online platforms and mental health apps that also provide tools for managing anxiety, depression, or stress is amazing. As well as when it comes to schools, workplaces, and community centers, they may offer programs or resources to support mental to support emotional wellness as well as the mental. Even self-care practice like journaling, meditation, movement, and rest can become actions of mental health support. Creating safe spaces at home or in a relationship where emotions can be expressed within no judgment zone also plays a key role. And the more we normalize seeking help, the more accessibility supports becomes for everyone. Help is closer than many people realize, sometimes just a conversation away. I think I said earlier, you'll be surprised where you can get services is like in the hand reach a mile away. Just talking to someone can even start up an amazing thing. Like some people say like this is they're their person, like from what is it? Grey's Anatomy, when they had a little scene like you're my person, whatever. You can even have people that you're very close with or become close with that can be your safe space. Even the place, my safe place is my home. Um, Talking to people that you feel like no judgment is very important. Having the resources at your job, at schools, communities, churches, rec centers, they have it. Self care is very important. I'm real big on self care. We all need our self care. You take the day off, do it. You want to journal, meditate, do whatever you feel is going to help you mentally to make sure that you're at peace at all times. The hotlines are very important. Having support groups, being able to lean on one another or being able to be there to lean on someone and vice versa. Even having conversations with a group of friends or mentors, therapists, counselors, whatever. Just being able to find resources. You'll be surprised, like it's literally in front of your face, or it's just like a conversation away sometimes. Even having topics, like sometimes y'all, I find myself talking about a topic with people and it just turns into a very, very good conversation that someone may need or that I may need it within that moment. So that's why I say too at the end to be nice to people because you never know how much of an impact you can put on someone. And you never know how much a person needs to hear something from you and you never know it. It could be somebody you know or a complete stranger. That's why it's always important to be nice, even though at times I know it's hard, my friends, but we have to be the bigger person at all times. And I just love how mental health has so many aspects and expectations when it comes to support. And the whole goal is to make sure that people know that a safe space is needed, especially within counseling. The one thing that we say, like social work and stuff, everything that our clients say and do stays between us, unless you're trying to harm yourself or others, then you have to report it because you harm yourself, that's not a good thing. And you have to develop the safety plan and deep dive and all that. And it's not a good thing. It's not good at times to do, but it's important for the client's safety as well as yours. So it's a lot of resources and support that can be found within helping mental health. And I love that so much online, in person, even in your own neighborhood, even on social media with the groups that focus on mental health, wellness, and things like that. So super dope. I really feel like that's super dope. And lastly, the why. I love the why and the what because the why summarizes everything to the end and the who opens it up as well as the definition helping. So, why is Mental Health Awareness Month important? It's important because mental health is essential to overall wellness and qualities of life. Too many people suffer in silence due to stigma, shame, or lack of access of care. Awareness creates a culture of empathy, education, and openness where healing can begin. By talking about mental health, we normalizing asking for help, receiving support, and prioritizing emotional wellness. It's also it also helps create healthier communities, workplace, and families. The more we learn, the more we support, the more we understand, and the more we can support others through their struggles. Mental health awareness reminds us that no one should suffer alone and that mental health deserves our care, compassion, and attention every day. And I feel like that hit the nail for everything because it's for real. We all go through it. It's so important that everyone knows that they're not alone within this journey that they're going through. um it's a part of life. Sometimes, it's a quality of life that we all go through, and a lot of people suffer in silence because of that feeling of egos, stigmas that people have going on, and the bullying, as well as having the shame of feeling the way they're feeling, or as well as having the lack of access to care, as well as that impacts with health insurance or just having a support system. That's why I say all the time it's important for us to just be nice to someone, because you never know who may need your help in the long run, and it's vice versa. Because too many people do, like I said, going again, too many people suffer in silence about it, and that's why I salute everyone who was able to identify their problems right away, or take the time that they need to identify their problems. Because at times it takes a lot out of a person to even say, "Look, I have a problem. Look, I have um depression. I'm going through depression. I have anxiety issues, etc., etc." It takes a lot out of a person to even be vocal about what's going on in their personal life. Because awareness, within this case, mental health awareness, it creates an amazing culture that is needed within empathy, being able to have compassion, as well as being an advocate for someone that may cannot advocate for themselves. It gives people the chance to have that space where they can be open so they can begin the healing process. Being able to just talk about mental health is something that we all need, and something that we need to make a thing where no one should be ashamed about. It should be something, a conversation that no one should feel guilty about or ashamed, or even feel like they don't need to be talking about it. It's a conversation that needs to be open, because you never know who you may help, that may ask for your help, that may receive your support, as well as vice versa. You're receiving their support, as well as helping them prioritize their emotional wellness, and even understanding why it's important for them to prioritize the self-care, and why it's important for them to prioritize and making sure that their wellness is good at all times. Even if they are having a time of their life, it's still important to make sure that you keep yourself in order and know what's for you and what's not for you. As well as being able to have them communities, start them communities, open up them communities, organizations, and programs that impacts with letting people know it's okay to feel the way they feel, and that we're here for you. As well as, the more and more we understand, the more and more we're able to unpack it and help people. You let them know that their struggles is now our struggles. We're struggling this together, and we're going to make sure that we get through this together. As well as understanding and reminding people that no one should suffer alone. Because, y'all, no one should suffer alone, and that their mental health matters, and letting them know that someone cares about them, someone has compassion for them, and someone is going to make sure that they're good at all times. Okay? And the quote of the day I leave y'all with is, what mental health needs is more sunlight, more compassion, and more unashamed conversations, by Glenn Close. I like that, because that's needed in mental health. Sometimes we need to turn this, like I say all the time, bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there's a rainbow. And it's true. And that impact with the quote. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Wellness 101 lesson. I hope you guys were able to learn at least 3 to 5 new things today, as well as learning something new about yourself. If you're new here, I used to say all the time, I hope you learn something, but the longer these episodes be, the longer it's like, there's no way in the world you just learn one thing from an hour to 2 episodes. You have to learn at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things, But I just hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are now understanding why wearing green is important. I'm going to update y'all next month on why it's important that we wear green, as well as understanding that mental health matters. You're not alone. You got this. I'm here to help you. That's why I give y'all the vibes of the day and created the bonus series Wellness 101 lessons and helping y'all understand that it's okay. I hope this also motivates someone to step up and tell their story about their mental health as well as helping their friend or stranger or family member within the battles that they may be going through. Because suffering alone is not good. Just suffering and not telling no one is hard. I know at times we don't want to be a burden to others, but sometimes you never know how much of an impact that we can put on someone that also will help them to speak up and speak out about their story. That y'all maybe can create a safe space for others around you or for the community or online. Who knows? So be able to be vocal. It takes time. Trust me, it took me a long time to get where I'm at. But you got this. I have faith. I'm here to help as always. And I hope you guys, just take my advice and it can help you in life. Okay? Well, that's it, my guys. Like I say all the time, I wish y'all nothing but the best. Please be safe out here. Enjoy this amazing spring weather. Please be safe. Love on yourself. Take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that. Be nice to others. At times respect is earned, not given. Sometimes it's given and not earned. Whatever way y'all prefer. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a lovely weekend, lovely week ahead. And I hope you guys also take the time to reflect on how May has been all the way up to January. Just so far, how have the year been until we enter the month of June? That is the mid, quote unquote, semester of the year. Without further ado, y'all, I love y'all so much. Please be safe. I'm here for y'all. And yeah, you guys will hear from me next Wednesday, the first Wednesday of June. That is the fourth. The fourth. I can't wait for you guys to hear me or see me, whatever way you prefer. Until next time. Bye.